Hello guys, here we are on the video number 8 of this series of restoring full restoration of Pioneer 61250. Here on this video we'll discuss about power amplification board. We have two boards. Like you see, we remember when you take out, we wrote here left and right to not mix them, so to keep back in position. Doesn't matter if you mix that, it's better to remain like they are. We'll talk about cleaning, replacing the parts, check all the soldering points, replacing the thermal grease on transistors, and rearrange the parts, because you see some of them they are bended and I don't like how they look. We have also to clean the pins, connection pins, which they have a lot of tarnish on them. We have a lot of dust. We have to replace these trimmers. We'll install the MultiTurn trimmers from Burns, sealed trimmers. We'll replace this thermal grease which is on transistor. We'll replace the diodes. These diodes, they will be replaced with ultra fast, and this glass diodes, they will replace with 1N4148 model. Capacitors, filtering capacitors, they will be replaced with Nichicon PW, but we will discuss there. About the transistor for differential pair, this transistor is not necessary to be replaced. If you are looking on the terminals, they are not tarnished, so this is really good. It's tarnished only this transistor which is here, and this transistor he is taking care about the overload and overcurrent of the power transistor. So he is taking care, and it's a lack of detector. So we will replace this one because their legs, their terminals are tarnished, and I'm planning to replace this one. It will be only the transistor which will be replaced. We'll check the rest. According with the soldering points behind, they looks okay. Is no anywhere of no any sign of wear of temperature. Okay, be careful all the time with these compensating diodes. STV 33 hash are these, so you have to pay attention to them to not broken the terminals here when they are coming out from the package of this one. So what I will do, I will desolder them and we will play with the board, and after that we will solder back the diode. So we will do same thing for the both boards. Both are similar. If you are looking, you can see here 848A, 048A, and here it's IWH. So both of them are similar, but try to keep in mind these markings which I put left and right to put back. According with the diagram, until now we discussed about power supply, protection board, and now we are on the power amplification. The power amplification, he is receiving a signal from the power in RCA. You will see here a differential pair of transistors for each. So here you'll have both channels. Yeah. So this box here, it belongs to one channel and the second one. So both of them are the same. Here is the differential pair, and these transistors are not necessary to be replaced because are good. They are not that transistors prone to make noise. They are not 2SA, 726 and 725. Usually they are types of transistors. That series of transistors it's used here. So this one is not using that transistor, so it's not necessary to do that. Another, so you see here is first section, second section, third section, which is taking care about the bias, and we will have also here the fourth section. Here are the power transistors, output power transistors. You see are two on each side, yeah. So 2 for plus, 2 for minus. So here are the power transistors, drivers, pre-drivers, yeah. And here you will have the bias compensation with this. Compensation diodes. Also on the board you have, if you will count the transistor, they will be like that: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah. So let's count them. Yeah. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, so some of them are here and some of them are on the heatsink on the back. This is in plus according with the diagram. Yeah, you will not see this one on the diagram. So this one belongs to belongs to protection circuit. You remember it was not on that board when we were taking care about the protection circuit. This one it's it's on the power amplifier board. So what he is doing, this transistor, if you are looking here, is taking care about the overcurrent and overload. So you will receive the signal from collectors, which is coming here on the base of this transistor. Yeah, the base and the emitter of this small transistor, they are connected through this capacitor and disconnected on this point here. Yeah, here you will have two resistors which they are coming out from the emitters of the transistors, and the signal is coming here on these diodes. And you will see, if you're looking like that, you will see the circuit is closed. You see, so it's a kind of detector, so it's detecting the overcurrent and overload. Yeah, and this is how it's going. Because when you'll have too much load on the speaker, that means you'll have a voltage drop, a higher voltage drop on these resistors. So in this moment, this circuit is measuring the voltage drop on these resistors. You will have high power, automatically you'll have higher current and the higher voltage drop on resistors. So the explanation, it's very simple to understand how it's working, this circuit. This transistor I will replace, because I told you the terminals are tarnished and I prefer to replace. So this is the transistor. Physically it's also bigger, and it's helping us to dissipate better temperature. Yeah? Other board, it's same. So let's take the diagram to discuss a little bit on the diagram to see exactly what parts we'll replace. So you saw already, I like to use this kind of diagram. Second one like this, yeah, and the third one with the parts. So we'll discuss. First of all, we'll discuss on the electrical diagram. So, like we said already about the Q1 and Q2 is according with the diagram is to SA750. So accordingly this one is not necessary to replace. It's necessary to replace if you have, like I said in the beginning, other transistors. This is not necessary. And what more? Let's start with trimmers. So for adjusting the DC offset on the speaker terminal to have closer to 0 millivolts between the output and the ground, you need to adjust the differential pair compensation. Yeah? So if you are looking on this trimmer, is going on the biasing was on first transistor. So this potentiometer, he will be replaced, and also he will be replaced the transistor. We'll replace also the trimmer, not the transistor, this potentiometer, which is taking care about the bias compensation for these output transistors. Yeah. Okay, for this, like I said already, we will use a Burns sealed multi-turn. Let's see how they looks. Yeah, multi-turn trimmers, and the value it's value for this it's 470 ohms. And we will use 500 ohms without any problem. Yeah, or yeah, 500 ohms. Okay, about the capacitors, you'll have here two capacitors, 470 microfarads and 80 ohms. These are here for the filtering of the of the power which is coming for this first section here of amplifier. If you are looking here, you'll have a voltage 3 volts, the point number 3 here and point number 2 here. So here you will have the power supply for this section, yeah, differential pair, and the second part. For the other part, you will have the voltage which is coming from the main filter capacitors, yeah, like we discussed before. So you'll have here 70 volts, you have here two diodes, and you'll have a voltage drop for this voltage here, 68.8. Yeah, here you'll have minus 70, minus 68.8 because of these resistors. These resistors will, sorry, no, not resistor diodes. Because of this voltage drop across the diodes, you'll have this voltage here. So also these diodes I'm planning to replace because they have tarnish on legs, and I prefer to put new, and we'll put also ultra fast diodes instead. Here you'll have these two diodes which belongs to this protection detector transistor. We'll replace also these two, and this one which is here. Yeah, this one which is here is a diode installed between the signal which is going from the pre-drivers on the power transistors, is the diode which is making connection between the bases of output transistors. So we'll replace also this one. Here you'll have also D3 and D4. We'll replace also these two with ultra-fast diodes. So we cover also the diodes. Now about capacitors, we said about these two capacitors which are here. It's another 0.22 capacitor which belongs to this protector transistor. We'll have other capacitor here which is taking care about the stabilization of this offset. We'll replace also this one. And here we'll have a capacitor which is connected here respect to the ground with the feedback from output, yeah, which is helping for amplification, amplification factor, yeah, for proportional amplification. So these are the parts which we'll replace. According with the diagram, they are on these positions, yeah. So you see this transistor which we will replace is this one here. So let's give him a color. That transistor is Q11, yeah. So we'll take the orange, so we'll mark Q11. It's marked. Now we'll mark also here, so Q11, yeah. So it's taking care, like I said, about the Q11 here transistor. So you see it's a 2 is SC, and we will replace this one with KSC 2383. KSC 2383, yeah. Okay, so let's make also with yellow here, and now we are complete, yeah. So let's see the position of the parts. Okay, so with orange we have the trimmers, with green we have the capacitors, the position, and with pink we have the semiconductors, the diodes, yeah. So we'll do that. Here is the list with the parts. So here on the top of the list you see power amplifier assembly AVH048. So everything what you see here you have to multiply with 2 because you have 2 boards. So keep in mind this. So multiply with 2. Good. So we have a transistor already. We discussed this is the protection detector transistor. We'll replace with KSC2383, and it looks like that. Yeah, so we need 2 of them, 1 for each board, so we'll put there. After that we need some diodes, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, D9, D10, D11. We'll have, let's count them. So we'll have ultra fast, ultra fast, ultra fast, ultra fast, ultra fast, ultra fast. So we have 2, 4, 6 ultra fast diodes and 3 diodes 1N40, 148, yes. Ultra fast, these diodes you can use for 1 amp, it will be more than enough. So the diodes we'll put here, and of course you can buy what you want. Like example, I'm using diodes from one semiconductor. You can buy what you want. On the resistor, you have resistors, you have here the list. The resistors looks okay. I checked them and they looks okay. How you check the resistors? With multimeter. If you will not have the reading according with the diagram, you will lift up one leg and you will check the resistor out of circuit. We will replace the potentiometers, semi-fixed potentiometers. These are 1 turn. We will replace with multi-turn. Series is 3296. It's a multi-turn potentiometer. I like this multi-turn because you can make a fine adjustment, you see, from burns. They are completely sealed. Take in mind all the potentiometers all the trimmers when you will buy, usually they are set on the middle value, yeah? So now the wiper inside is on the middle, yeah. So you have to set these trimmers before you install on the boards. You will see later on how we will do. Here are the capacitors. You see the capacitor C2, it's 10 microfarads and 16 volts. We'll replace with audio grade capacitor from Nichicon. It's 10 microfarads and 50 volts. It's KA series or KT, doesn't matter. You can choose whatever you found. Capacitor C5 is 220 microfarads and 60 volts. We'll replace with 220 and 35 volts. Also K audio grade, it's KA, 105 degrees. So you need 2 of them. After that, you'll have this electrolytic capacitor, which belongs to the protection detector transistor, and this one it's 0.22 10 volts. I will replace this one with capacitor from Kemet, and it's 0.22 100 volts, and it's film. Yeah, it will do a better job here. And the last two capacitors, 15 and 16C electrolytics, are 470 microfarads and 90 volts. These two belongs to the power supply, which is coming on the differential pair and on the second stage of this power amplifier boards, and we will replace with 470 microfarads and 100 volts are a PV series from Nichicon, 105 degrees, and they are low ECR grade, and they will do a good job here. So more or less these are the parts. I will keep the list like that to be visible for you. So you will see here the diodes which they will be replaced. Here you have the part with resistors, yeah, but the resistors you will not touch because they looks really good. They don't have any sign of cold joints there, so they were not overstressed by temperature. Semi-fixed trimmers here, VR1, VR2, variable resistor, yeah? And the capacitors list it's here. So this is how it looks. Now I have to put down this. Okay, also this side, and now we'll start to clean the boards and to remove the parts. How we'll do? We'll do in this way. First of all, we'll take out the capacitors. We'll take out the transistors. So for capacitors, to remember where is the minus, you can put a dot in the place where the minus is directed. Yeah, like that. And for tantalum, this tantalum, you have to check. Yeah, you will bend. And you see plus, you see it's stated there plus, yeah, so you'll make a point and you will know there is the plus. So this is my recommendation to do for the capacitors. So what we will do, I will do like that. We will remove the capacitors complete. After that we'll take this this sector here with these two transistors and the compensation diode which is here, because you remember on the diagram you have two compensation diodes, yeah. One is external, which is going on the heatsink for this power output transistor, and one it's here which is taking care about the driver transistors, yeah. You see, he is taking the temperature for these two driver transistors. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will start to desolder parts and clean the board, arrange the terminals for the parts, and so on. About the compensating diode, you see here it's a dot. This is the cathode of the diode, yeah? So follow the terminal and you will see it's going on the board and it's going exactly on the cathode of that diagram, yeah? So you have to desolder this diode and you will install on the completion on the board, because we will start to play with this board, and if we will damage these terminals, it's not so easy to fix back, and they are prone to find. You will not find so easy this kind of compensating diode, and if you will make an array of diodes, they will not work like this one. Don't ask me how I know. Okay, so let's start with this. Okay, so the desoldering station is warm up, so we can start to take out these terminals for this compensation diode. Yeah. Okay. Take your time. Okay, so you see, diode, it's out. One more time. So let's keep in mind this board is from the right. Yeah. Now what we will do, we will try to desolder the filtering capacitors. If the terminals, they are able to come in this this nose of this the soldering station. Okay, so we'll start with these capacitors here. So the idea is to remove the big parts. Yeah, now it's very easy because you have another board in the front of you, so you can remove all the components, because after that it's easy to fix back. Yeah. Okay, so this capacitor is out, so it's correct, minus on the left, minus on the left. Yeah, this one it's also removed. A little bit more. So minus down, it's okay. What remains? This tantalum here we should take out. Okay, first terminal, second terminal. We'll take out also this one, but I will need a tweezer for this. Okay, so it was plus on the left, yeah? So it's plus on the left. So it's okay. Now we can start also with these drivers, transistors, and also this compensating diode, which is here, see? So these terminals. Okay. I told you these boards, they look really good. Nobody was touching nothing here. So what is telling us? Is telling us this amplifier board, they are doing a really good job. Because if you are coming back and think to the power supply was not in good shape. So that means this SX1250 was playing a lot, huh? According with that damage which was on power supply. But you see the power amplification boards, surprisingly they looks really nice. Yeah. Okay, so where we win here. So try to pay attention for these terminals, which they have banded leads. Yeah. You can take a cutter and with the blade you can start to lift a little bit like that. If it's not working like that, you can take a small screwdriver, warm the pad. If it's not working, you have another option to put some soldering paste here like that, and also for this one. And now you'll have fresh fresh compound here, yeah? And now you can go, you see, it's done, this one, because you'll have a better temperature transfer now. You see, it's ready. So now we have to make straight these terminals like that. Check one more time this diode to see this diode, compensation diode, it's with the markings in front of board. Yeah. So now we can take out the screws. Why I was checking that compensation diode? Because I'm afraid if the screw is slack, when the diode it will fall down. To be sure, we will put back in the proper position, even if we will check the manual, of course. Okay, so screws are down, and you see, now we remove this heatsink with the transistors and the compensation diode. You see, it's fixed there, so you'll put on the side. So now you'll have more room on the board. So let's try to remove these capacitors. So we'll do same, more fresh soldering wire. and now it will be faster. Or you can use a manual vacuum pump for this, because there are bigger joints. I will clean the desoldering station. Okay, let's clean the tip and let's try now. It will be, for sure, it will be much faster. Now you see. And it's normal to be like that because you have a lot of also this pad here, it's very big, and he will until he will warm up, it will take some time, but you see the job, you can do the job without any problem, even with this cheap soldering station. It's important to not lift the pad, yeah. You can put even like that, because you'll have a bigger surface, and it's helping you. I'm planning to buy a professional soldering station. You can leave down in the comments some recommendation for this, which one to buy. You see, so he is doing the job, but not for big pads. No? Perfect. See, and this one, because there's no any big pad around, you can desolder immediately. Yeah? Okay, so now the big capacitors, they are ready to be drawn out. Also this one. Okay, so now the board it's exposed. You see, it's a lot of dust here. So I'm planning also to remove this transistor. So for transistor, it's better to check before you remove, to check the terminals. So you see, you can check also the diagram on the board. So it's emitter, you see emitter. Second one, it's collector, base. Yeah. So if you look from the left to right, we have base, collector, emitter. Yeah. Let's see if it's like that. So let's desolder it. Okay, so it's done. So like we said, base, collector, emitter, yeah? Base, collector, emitter. Let's take the multi-tester and let's see if it's like that. We'll fix the transistor here. Base, collector, emitter, yeah? Base, collector, emitter. And the amplification factor, beta, it's 95. This new transistor, you will see, it will have a different position of terminal. ECB, and you'll see the power factor, it's higher. So this one, it will help more here on this position for his job, yeah. So this is how it's going. So now I will start to we can take also out the TrimPots, and after that all the diodes to be drawn out. Yeah, I will do this out of camera, and we'll start again when I will make the cleaning for the board. So okay, all terminals are desoldered now. We have to take out the parts. Yes, so you see here it's this diode. Have to take out these two diodes here, because we want to leave the board without parts, without components, to be a easier process for cleaning, yeah. Okay, so I'll remove the parts, and after that we'll start to do the cleaning. Okay, now all the components are out, remains only the trim pots. Yeah, trim pots, you have to take one by one out. Okay, so you see this trim pot here, he have a bridge between wiper and one terminal, and the other terminal it's not connected, yeah. So these two are connected, this one is not connected, yeah. So here doesn't matter so much what value you'll put. For the other one, let's check where it is. It's here. You see all these three terminals are not connected, yeah. So you have to pay attention for the value. Now you will take the trim pot out and you will put in a place where you know it will belong to this part, because on the end when you start to put the parts back, we have to measure these trim pots, yeah, to start with a value, yeah, when we'll start to measure the new trim pots to fix on position. So now all the parts are removed. About the tarnish of the pins, you remember, for tarnish of the pins I'm using an eraser for a pencil, yeah. I will make a hole in the middle like that, yeah. So you have a hole, and now you will put here inside and you are turning like that, and the pin should be fine, yeah. So you'll do like that a couple of times. If it's not helping this procedure, you can use these rods of fiberglass insert, yeah, this one. You can find it on Mauser and maybe other platforms, I don't know, and you can make like that, and the terminals, they will be cleaned. It's a job which is taking time, but the result, it will be perfect for sure, yeah. So I will do this rest of the camera, and after that we'll continue with cleaning of the board. So you see now all the pins looks okay. Now what remains? Now remains to clean the dust. So how we'll clean the dust? We'll take a brush and we'll start to remove the dust if it's possible, yeah. If it's not possible, we will use directly isopropylic alcohol and we will do the job proper, yeah. So for the alcohol we need a rag. Usually I'm doing like that, I'm putting a rag down, and now you'll check where is the dust. Dust is here, yeah. So what you'll do, isopropylic alcohol, let's move the camera, okay, a little bit distance. So everywhere alcohol, each part, each side, you see, yeah. Okay, now you will need some brushes. All the time you need brushes to have closer to you. You see different brushes. Again, soak also them on alcohol, and you start cleaning, yeah. And you will clean also the remaining flux, the dust, the black rubber which remains from capacitors, yeah. So like that you'll do, and you'll clean all the points. So this is how I'm doing. There is no other okay, maybe there are some other ways. You can use water, but for the water you should dry very fast everything. You need to use some temperature heat gun, because the water, you know, if it's remaining here, you have high chances to have rust. Or if you'll use the board so fast, you can have some short circuit, huh? So alcohol for me is the best. Okay, now smaller brush. Go also in the small holes. And you will clean every corner. And after that, after it will dry, we'll arrange all the parts. We'll make straight to be on the end beautiful. Okay, so I'll do this rest on out of the camera and we'll come back. Now we have to clean also on the bottom part. Because when we will make the soldering, the pads, they will be cleaned and it will be perfect for that job. So if you like what I'm doing here, don't forget to subscribe, to thumb up, leave comments, share with others, put questions, and come with suggestions. Let me see how it looks now. It's shiny. Perfect. So now we'll let it to dry, and I will let it dry, and after that we'll start to insert components. So after this process, board looks like that. You see it's shiny, no dust, no any more dust, all the contacts are cleaned. Also on the bottom looks like that. And this is how it should be. Yeah, you see all the parts are straight now. I align all of them, also the emitter resistors here. This is how it looks. So now we are ready to put the parts back on position. Yeah, the new parts. About the diodes, you remember I have this device. I recommend also to you to buy, and you will check exactly what is the dimension of the terminals, and you can start after that to put the parts. This one is for resistors, diodes. Yeah, you see. Like that, you bend and you will have exactly the dimension, proper dimension for that that hole where you have to put the diode, yeah, or the resistor. And also here, so this one and 41, 48 resistors have the same dimension, yeah. And now we'll put the parts on position. If we forget how to put the parts on position, you can take the other board which is available, yeah, and you can check the position of the parts, yeah. But you remember, when we take the parts out, we check also these drawings on the board, and they looks okay with the parts when we take out. Okay, so now you see, you will put the parts here, keep with the fingers, with the finger, press, and after that you can bend the terminals behind, like that. Yeah, so all the parts now are on position. Now you can do in two ways. You can solder now, cut the terminals, excess terminals, and after that solder again. Or if the part is staying fixed, you can cut the terminals now for a proper length, and you can make one time solder. Yeah, it's up to you. Depends of the situation, the conditions of working. it's up to you. So now clean the tip of soldering station, take the soldering wire, and you'll do the soldering process. Never solder more than one terminal at a time, because you'll put too much heat on that component, and it's not okay. You see, so now because the board is cleaned, you'll have a perfect soldering points. Yeah, you can see it's really nice. Yeah, and I remove also one terminal for one resistor, which is here. So I need to solder because I was not focused so well when I made this soldering. Yeah, so this one. Okay. See, let's make also for this one here. Perfect. So I will put all the parts now in position, and I will show you after that. So here is the board, how it looks with components, new components. You see it's nice, all of them, they are straight, sharp. It's okay. It's disillusion because of the camera, but they are okay. See, perfect. Also here, now I need a piece of dust. Also soldering points, they are shiny, which is really good. So now what remains, we'll put this on the side, remains to clean this heatsink. Yeah? So we have to remove all the components which are here. So we need to take out this transistor and this mica washer, also this one. Okay. Also diode. Okay, so now we have to clean everything. Yeah. For this we'll use same also isopropylic alcohol. Clean everything, clean inside. So let's make this rag a little bit smaller for the thermal grease. Okay, like that. And okay. So I told you everything should look like new after finish, because this is the idea, not to make a complete overhauling, not only recapping, and that's all. You have to clean, to check, to replace what is not good enough for do this job, because you see it's taking a lot of time to open everything, to fix it. So why to not do everything perfect from one time, instead to come back so often. Yeah. Okay, so this one it's ready. Now we have to do the same job with the components. So let's remove the screws. Be careful with these mica pads, because it's a kind of glass, let's say. They are very brittle, so you can broken immediately. Now it's up to you. You can use this old vintage style mica pads, or you can put silicone pads. It's up to you. They will do same job. I am thinking if I will use the mica pads for power transistors, or I will put these silicone pads, but we'll see when I will be there. Now clean. See, like that, put on a side. I have to clean also the screws, because they have dust on them. One by one. Okay, and also this one. For the terminals of diodes, you see, this diode, you have these tiny terminals. You can use some brush to clean them if it's possible. If not, you remember, you can use that fiber glass and you can make looking better terminals. Don't forget, don't press too hard. If you press too hard, you'll cry. You see, one by one, easy, and it will be it will be like new. You see, shiny terminals. Let's focus. Okay, see, it looks perfect. So you can put on the side. Now let's do the same with transistors. Okay, let's look for a brush. Okay, now let's clean also the old grease. Because we'll apply new grease, yeah? Okay, let's do also for this one. Okay, so the brush for the terminals. If the terminals don't look okay, I'm cleaning them with a blade of a cutter. So just scratching them like that. You see, and you will expose the material. You see, it's visible, they will become shiny. Above the thermal grease, I will put also thermal grease on the back side of that compensation diode for better contact with the heatsink. I will show you in a moment how we'll do this. But let's clean one more time here. Oh, sorry. This tail of this brush is too long and it's touching the camera. So here, if you are looking inside, you'll see here it's an insulator. Yeah, it's plastic insulator here. So the transistor here is not staying directly with the tab on this metal. So everything is insulated here. Yeah? So how I will do now? Now it's very simple. You will need thermal paste. You will open the jar with thermal paste. Okay. Now you can use not so big amount of thermal paste. I will put only here on the middle and a little bit on the side. Okay. After that you will put the mica. Okay, oops. Here, jump. Try to not make too much mess here, because to be honest, I don't like to see everywhere this. I don't like to see everywhere this grease. I saw some technicians, they are putting the hands everywhere. Why? I don't like at all. Now we will take the transistor. We will take also some grease, and we will attach also on the back side of transistor. Yeah. So like that. You see? Okay. Now check your fingers to be clean, to not have this grease. And now you'll arrange and you'll put it on position, like that. You'll take the screw, you'll fix on the hole. Okay, like that. Now screwdriver. Keep a finger here to not turn the transistor. And take your time for this. You see? So I have to put like that. Try to check to be aligned. Okay, like that. One more time, you see, it's straight, yeah? And now you can tight. So you see, this one is ready. It looks perfect, yeah? Not too much grease. You see the grease was going outside, so that means it was enough. Yeah. Now we have to do also for this one here. Now be careful where you'll put and how you'll put this. Yeah, you can find something round to put. Let's see if I have something. Let's see. No, this one is not good. I don't have nothing to put, so we can pay attention and we'll do proper this, yeah. Again, so attach the grease like that. Also here, closer to the screw. Okay, perfect. Now look for the mica pad. Put the mica pad on position like that. So it's okay. Press to spread that grease for better contact. Okay, now let's take the transistor. Take grease. Put the grease back on transistor. So you see, it's not a big job, but if you want to keep clean, you have to pay attention, yeah? Because this grease is going everywhere. If you'll put it on your fingers, yes. Okay. And now you have to find the hole to pass on the other side, yeah? Okay, screwdriver again. Okay, and turn. Check also in the same time to be aligned. Okay. And let's see. It's not. You have to stop, do. Yes, I know. Okay, a little bit more. Yeah, how it looks now? It looks now perfect. So, okay, so now it's tight. Let's check the grease. You see the grease was going out, so this is good. And we'll do same with the diode, yeah? So the diode was with the writing out, yeah? Okay, so let's put also for this diode some grease here. Like that. You see? Perfect. Now we put the screw. We'll tighten a little bit the screw. I think it's enough. We'll put the like that. You see? It's perfect. Okay, don't don't over tight, yeah? Because if you over tight, it's highly risk to destroy the diode, yeah? Okay, so this is how it looks, yeah? So it looks very well. And we use the original mica pads. So now it's time to insert the heatsink on the board, yeah? So now you have to pay attention for the terminals of the parts to go exactly where should be. Take your time. Take your time because everything is very sensitive, yeah? Now one finger back, put the screws, okay, first one, second one, and now we have to tight. Okay, we have to clean a little bit the screws. Perfect. And now let's see if it's aligned, the heatsink, if it's aligned with the top of the board. So from my point of view, it's aligned. You have also some markings there, so it's aligned, everything. Okay, so this is how it looks. Let's tight to the complete tightening. Okay, now it's tight. Let's put like that. I will make the soldering, and after that we'll measure the TrimPots, and we'll fix also the TrimPots inside. So now it's time to do the TrimPots, yeah? So one TrimPot is for DC offset, second one is for this one is for DC offset, and this one on top is for biasing, yeah? So you should put for each one designated pot, TrimPot, yeah? Now we'll check this one on top here. So you'll see this one have a connection between this terminal and this terminal, and this one it's free. So now I will put the connector, the hooks of the multimeter between this point and this point, and we will check exactly what is the value. Here the multimeter should be on ohms. I will take the TrimPots which was on this position, and we will put this one and this one. So the potentiometer on the position was like that, the trimmer, yeah? So the reading is 26.1, so 261 ohms, yeah? So I should adjust the TrimPot, which will be here on this position, from 261 ohms. But don't forget, follow same pins, yeah? Right and the middle, yeah? 261, I said, yeah? So you see, this one was on half, because it's 500 ohms, and it's on half, like I said, yeah, 250. So you have to adjust to 261. Okay, so this one, it's ready. And now we have to check the second one. For the second one, we remember the pins, all the pins, they are not connected, yeah, free. So I will do same. Middle point and the right point, yeah, without any problem, yeah? So middle and the right, and you will see what is the reading. Okay, now should be some reading. Now is 330 ohms. Okay, so we'll do same. So right and the middle, 330 ohms. 330. Okay, so 330 ohms, yeah, is visible there. Okay, so this is it, TrimPots. So now what I will do, I will install the TrimPots on position. We'll install also, I think it's a nice thing to to see also what is the value of this diode. Yeah, so let's put this multimeter on diode because we are here. We'll put the cathode on point. Okay, and this one here. You see, 1.468. This is the value of this diode. If you are comparing with normal diode, you will see its difference. See, it's total difference. This is the reason why on the diagram you have 3 diodes in series. Okay, so I will do out of camera. I will install the TrimPots and the diode, and we will continue after that. And this is how it looks now, the board complete, comparing with the original one. Here are the parts which I replaced. Yeah, capacitors, diodes, TrimPots, and that transistor which belongs for that detector protection. This is how it looks, new board. You see, it's totally different. It's nice, new grease, everything is cleaned, shiny, MultiTurn, TrimPots. So on the back, it's new. If you remember the look of the original, how it looks, you see, it's not possible to see exactly what is behind this dust. It's a lot of mess. The other board I will make, you see also the tarnish on the pins. The other board I will make, this board I will make completely out of camera, and I will record when both of them they will be ready. Okay, so let's go on. So both boards are ready. This is the right one. You see these 2 capacitors, they were replaced, these 2, this transistor, this TrimPot. That TrimPot, all the diodes are replaced, and this is how it looks now. Also this frame, was clean, so here is you see, it's really clean. Also these pins, connector pins, are cleaned. You saw how I cleaned. I'm using the eraser for this. So also here, yeah. This is how it looks, the right board. Here is the left one. Same parts. It's fully cleaned. No any dust, no any spider, no any spider net. Everything is done properly. Also this capacitor is replaced. All the parts they are aligned. Here is from top. You see, these transistors have new thermal compound. Also this compensation diode. You see on the diagram, on the printing, there are 3 diodes in series, but in reality it's not like that. If you want to put 3 diodes in series, they will not do this the same job. Yeah. So now let's see the parts which I take out. So if you like this kind of videos, don't forget to thumb up, share with others, and in this way you will help this channel to grow. Leave comments if you want to do that. If you have questions, don't hesitate to leave there. So you see all the components which are replaced, diodes, capacitors, this tantalum. You see the dimension of these 2 capacitors is different if you are looking. Yeah, so that means even the demo they on stock, they doesn't have a proper dimension capacitors. So maybe are different section on the factory when they build this. Yeah, these diodes, all of them, they are replaced. I replaced with ultra fast diodes. These diodes have also tarnished the terminals. So according with my readings on the internet, this tarnish can go inside the package, and you can have strange noises from them. So I'm replacing this. Also these small diodes I replaced with ultra fast with 1N4148 diodes for better performance. These transistors also have tarnished legs, and I replace them with better for performance transistor. This transistor here is taking care about the protection, and we are not playing with protection, of course. And these are the TrimPots. You see it's a lot of dust, and of course the dust is also inside. Yeah, and of course it's tarnish also. If you're looking here on the screw, some of them they have tarnish also on the terminals. So I prefer to choose this blue, which are from Burns. They are completely sealed and they are doing a really good job. So I like on these bags to write the device, the parts for device, and the board which belongs the parts which are inside. And here I'm writing on the end the number of parts which I replacing. Yeah. So I like to keep this in store when I'm listening the unit. I'm watching also on the parts to see what I replace, if I forget, if I receive questions on here on YouTube, so it will be much easier to answer to you about value parts. I don't know. So this is the reason why I'm storing the parts like that. Yeah, and also the manual I'm storing on the stages. Okay, so this is the end part of this video. This is the video number 8. Don't forget to check also the other videos, because you'll have on this series of video you'll have all overhauling restoration of this Pioneer SX1250. Now on the video number 9 we'll discuss about the fixing back of this heatsinks. We'll clean the power transistors, the mica pads. Finally, I took the decision to install original mica pads with thermal grease, and we'll fix all these components back, and we'll see what on that video what we will do more. So this is the plan. So now I can say this is the end of this video number 8. Stay tuned. Marius here. Stay safe and cheers. See you.